Alright, so this is just a video going over the supercharge building when it comes to Stats Matters 1.1. It's actually very fast, and I'm just going to cover how to build supercharge quickly, and then I'll go over a few supercharges that I feel do a lot of damage. Two of which I feel do a lot of damage. One of which is average, and one of which is completely useless. But this is all regarding the ice power set, so I'll probably make one on electric and mental next if I get bored. So going into your loadout at level 30, you'll have access to everything, so you don't need to spec into PowerPoints anymore. Impaling Ice. This will be your supercharge generator. What this means is when you hit this, you'll gain a chunk of supercharge, and I'll show you that in a bit. And Ice Elemental isn't as good as it is on live game, but it's still decent. Avalanche hits hard, doesn't need a power interaction to hit hard, and this isn't even a supercharge yet. I'm explaining it anyway, but yeah, it hits hard. It doesn't need a PI to hit hard, but it also has a very long cooldown, so you won't be able to spam it. Arctic Gust needs Frostbite to hit decent. Barely uses any power, but you still do need to do weapon combos to make sure you don't run out of power, because this update is all about power management if you're DPSing. And I think support rolling too, but especially as a DPS. Deep Freeze is your hard-hitting super. This, I've gotten it to hit 47,000 on a crit. Mind you, my might is 8,000. I'm fully unmodded. I have no white mods because I don't want to inflate my damage. This is just me testing stuff. Blizzard is now a dot, and it'll hit harder on frostbitten enemies. I've had the dot crit for like almost 5k. It's nothing spectacular. It'll almost always hit about 25k over the course of time, so because it's the damage over time. And the last supercharge for ice is, at least the last DPS supercharge for ice, is Freeze Ray. And I'll just go and read encasement one. Hibernation, encase yourself in a protective mound device that quickly heals you while protecting you from damage. Okay, it does no damage. It is basically for PvP. Don't use it as a tank because it makes taunts nearby enemies to attack you instead of others. They must have changed that, because I remember as an ice tank, when you would hit this, the ads and bosses would pretty much run away from you and attack the group. So that's pretty cool. Like, now it actually taunts enemies, so you can hit it as a supercharge while ice tanking, I guess, to give yourself some breathing room. Freeze Ray is single target. It hits harder on frostbitten enemies, and it crushes enemies, making them vulnerable to crushing effects. But I don't like it because it's a cast time supercharge. So I feel like if you get stunned out of it, you just wasted 50% supercharge for no reason. So I'm not gonna use that, and I wouldn't recommend that anyone else use it. Alright, so I'll start off with Deep Freeze, and then I'll move on to Blizzard, and then I'll finish with Ice Elemental, and then I'll explain like something extra at the end. So I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. So yeah, so the way you start is Weapon Mastery, Impaling Ice, and that'll give you a chunk of super. Avalanche, and then Arctic Gust. I want to wait till he gets his guards out for the first time, that way I don't just waste the supercharge. Alright, I set a trinket just to buff. 19k. Now, man, like earlier I was hitting 40k's with the trinket. Now it just won't crit. Like, it has to crit in order for that big hit to happen. So now I'm gonna build another super, and I'll do Blizzard. I don't know why it's not critting, man. It hasn't crit for me in like 30 minutes. And I don't know why. Like, it won't crit anymore. Ugh, okay. I have another one, so I'll just kill these ads first, then I have to apply, I want to apply a Frostbite to the enemies, and what's it called? Impaling Ice, I believe it's called. Yeah, it'll apply a Frostbite. But I'm about to die. I'll still hit it. He has Frostbite on him right now, So as you can see, all it's doing is, now he's teleporting, but it dots him for a long time. Okay, now I'll build one more supercharge for Ice Elemental. You'll get about 20 to 25k from Blizzard. In my opinion, I guess it's worth using in long fights, but don't use it in short content, because the dots won't. I don't know. Like, I don't know if ads are gonna die as quickly as they do on live game. If they don't, then it's really worth using, but if they do, then a dot won't do well if the ads are gonna get just pretty much killed in 5 seconds. So in that situation, I would use deep freeze. Like, don't even touch Blizzard. Okay, now I have enough super, but he's gonna kill me because there's a bunch of black holes over here. Alright. Also, what I was gonna do at the end is you can actually combine, like, you can put deep freeze inside Ice Elemental and say go into Ice Elemental and then hit deep freeze, and you'll get the, theoretically you should get the damage boost from Ice Elemental to boost the damage of deep freeze, if you know what I mean. Like, use a supercharge to boost another supercharge, because in Ice Elemental you do get a damage boost. So like, check it out, go down here, there's your damage boost. And the way you want to start, like in Ice Elemental, it feels like you get a bigger power pool, that or you just get more power regen, because I don't run out of power as quickly in Ice Elemental for some reason. But you do still want to tap, like you want to tap range and then Arctic Gust or Avalanche. Man, it's so hard not to mess up right now, because it's just the way the power is playing is just awkward. That's why this isn't a DPS video by any means. Like, don't look at it as a DPS video. This isn't what that is. I am simply showing you the supercharges and how to build supercharge quickly. So it all comes to your best supercharge builder will be your Impaling Ice, because that'll give you chunks of supercharge whenever it's ready. But also your powers build supercharge, your weapon attacks build supercharge. It's basically gonna play, the game's basically gonna play now as a supercharge universe. Like, who has the best supercharge, who builds it the quickest. And I'll tell you this, like, anyone who has those head mods from time capsules and the back mods from time capsules, it's gonna be them, because they'll reduce the cooldowns of their supercharges, and they'll also be building supercharge when they hit a supercharge. That's for the head mod. The reduction in cooldown is for the back mods, in case you didn't know. So I'll go into Ice Elemental DPS. I should already have it. Yeah, there's Deep Freeze. So I'm putting a supercharge inside a supercharge, using a supercharge to boost another supercharge's damage. So it should work, but again, I don't have any white mods. I'm not modded. I'm 8,000 might. So if it fails, it fails. Like, and there's no more. Don't think it's cause I don't have crits in my gear. There's no more crits. Like, they took all the crits out and they put them in your skill points. So that's how you have access to crits now. It's no longer in your gear. Okay, so yeah, let me just get some supercharge from this barrel. I'll wait till he calls out his ads and I clear the ads. Alright, there they are. There they go. Not hit. Fuck you. Man, it will not crit. I don't know what to do. Like, it will not crit anymore. I hit 47,000 earlier. Now it won't crit for shit. But yeah, you do get the damage increase while in Ice Elemental, so that's cool. I mean, I would say Ice Elemental would be the more consistent way to go if you want like a consistent DPS, because Deep Freeze hits hard, but that's only if it crits. If it doesn't crit, you're not gonna get anything good out of it. So keep that in mind. fact, I'm gonna build one more ice on. Meh. I wanna leave on a good note. Like, I want deep freeze to hit hard. Come on, deep freeze. Come on, we got this. We got this. That's not deep freeze. Why do I even have that shit ass supercharge on my bar, dude? Well, anyway, I hope you got like a decent understanding of how to build supercharge quickly. As you can see, like 50% supercharge takes seconds to build, about 20 to 25 seconds, and 100% takes about a minute almost. So yeah, that is supercharged universe right there. And I would say the supercharges are going to be your primary way of DPSing. I would say Ice Elemental is your most consistent hitting supercharge. Deep Freeze, if it crits, it's amazing. Like you'll see huge hits like from Deep Freeze if it crits. If it doesn't crit, you'll see a big hit. But is it worth? I would say it's still worth it. Like 20k, considering it takes two normal attacks to reach that amount. And this is with 8,000 might. With more might, you're gonna get more damage from it, like more base damage. My base damage is about 20k. If you have like 5,000 more might than I do, which you more than likely will if it goes live this way, especially at 270 skill points, I'm at 170. If you have 270, you'll get 5,000 more might, and that'll probably make you hit 10,000 more than I do as far as base damage. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's how you build supercharge quickly. That's a brief view of what the supercharges do and how hard they hit. Defreeze is great if it crits, and even if it doesn't crit, it's decent. Blizzard is average. Ice Elemental is still good, but it's not amazing like it is on live game. And I would say an ideal loadout if you are somebody who's testing, if you want a decent loadout, I wouldn't even say this is the best by any means, but if you do want a decent loadout, then for DPS, this is what it would look like. So you would have your supercharge builder, Wintry Tempest for the dot, and the power interaction, I forget its name, Frostbite. Then Avalanche would be a hard hitter that doesn't need a PI, but it hits hard. That's a cool animation. Hold on. Alright. Arctic Gust will hit harder when Wintry Tempest is running, or when you just have Frostbite on enemies. And Deep Freeze, you already know what that does. Ice Elemental, you already know what that does. There's no return to normal in Ice Elemental, so you can't cheese by transforming and then transforming back, and advanced mechanics are gone. No Cold Snap, no huge hits from AMs. It is a downgrade DPS wise, but maybe an upgrade as far as fun, if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.